Hello and welcome back to the channel, one and all. Today we're going to look at another poetry form and how you write them. Firstly, unfortunately, I have to get a bit of boring admin stuff out of the way to begin with. So first, I just want to explain that I may be a bit quiet over the coming weeks. I will do everything in my power to make sure I still upload every Tuesday. Like I have for this very video. I made sure I got it out, but that's because I am in the process of buying a house, which is taking up a lot of time. It's a lot of paperwork, a lot of phone calls, a lot of emails, etc, etc. So if I do miss an upload, it's not because I'm getting tired of you guys or the channel. Absolutely not. I love my channel and I love you. It's just because of that. Which brings me nicely onto my second bit of boring admin, which is in regards to this very video. For that very reason that I've just said, I am bombarded with emails and phone calls and stuff for the house, as well as continuing to launch the Poetry Cove, which is still taking up a lot of my time. This video may not have as many graphics as my last video, though I'll do my best, but I'm filming this right now, so I don't know how the editing process will go, so just in case, fair warning, there may not be some graphics. If there are, they may not be as in-depth as all my other poetry form videos. Also, as you guys know, I've only recently started putting my own poems in these videos. I haven't had the time to write a reverse poem for this video, so there won't be a poem of mine, but there will still be reverse poems in this video. Okay, that's all out of the way. Let's get into the video. Let's dive right in. Fuck. I'm a weird guy. So, you want to write a reverse poem? How valiant of you. I said in my Villanelle video that the Villanelle is considered to be the hardest poem to write, but I tell you something, actually I think the reverse poem is much harder. But worry not, dear friends, if you watch this video until the end, you'll have all the tools and the know-how to write your very own reverse poem to wow your friends and family and contemporaries. So, what is a reverse poem, I hear you ask? A reverse poem is a poem that can be read from top to bottom as you traditionally do and make sense, as well as read from bottom to top and still make sense, but with a different meaning. Now, normally, and I personally feel more powerfully, a reverse poem is read from top to bottom with a negative connotation to it, and then read from bottom to top. That flips the poem on its head, almost pretty much literally, but has a more positive outlook of the same subject matter. Poems that look at, say, body image or political views are always very, very powerful and very popular. But I'm not here to tell you what your poem should be about, I'm just here to tell you how to write it. So let's break it down. So once you've decided what your poem's going to be about, the next thing you need to do is decide whether the down poem is going to have the negative or positive outlook. I'm going to go with negative because that's what I personally feel works best, but obviously it's up to you to decide what you want. Now, with that being said, obviously I'm just going to go by what's most common practice. As I always say, rules are made to be broken, and if you decide that your down poem and your up poem are both going to be negative or both going to be positive, that's totally up to you. You have to make that choice. I can't make that choice for you, obviously. So let's say that you too are going to do a negative to positive. The first thing you want to do, I think is a good rule of thumb, is have your first line a negative line. Fear not if you don't understand what I'm saying at any point during this, because I am going to read some examples. I'm going to speed through the structure just because I'm limited for time, and then you can write your notes what I'm saying, and then at the end of the video there'll be me reading poems and you can kind of see how other poets have done what I'm talking about here. So yes, your first line should have a negative connotation to it. So now you've got your first line, your negative line, let's talk about the main body of the poem. A good thing to keep in mind is once you've got your negative line, the following line should have a neutral, an emotionally neutral sentence to it, and it begins with a conjunction, so words like and, so, because, etc, etc. Then you alternate. How easy is that? So you've got your negative opening line, then you've got a neutral line, then it will alternate to a positive line. Once you've got your positive line, guess what, my friends? You go to a neutral line, and then on the other side of that is a negative. So positive, neutral, negative, neutral, positive, neutral, negative, neutral, positive, and so on until you finish. Here is a super quick graphic just to demonstrate that. Hopefully it helps. And that is it, my friends. I make it sound so easy, but it's very, very difficult. So don't get too stressed as you do this. They are difficult. But now you have the bare minimum knowledge of how to write a reverse poem. Remember that this is just the basic bones of the structure. If you want, you can experiment by all means. Maybe you want a chunk of positive, a chunk of negative, some neutrals here and there, conjunctions here, here and here, you know what I mean. Negative down, negative up, positive down, positive up, positive down, negative up. You know, be free, my poetry friends. I am now going to read 2 examples of reverse poems. I'm going to read them down and then up, and then I'll leave you with my final thoughts. This first poem is called Pretty Ugly by Abdullah Showap. I'm very ugly, so don't try to convince me that I am a very beautiful person. Because at the end of the day, I hate myself in every single way. And I'm not going to lie to myself by saying there is beauty inside of me that matters. So rest assured, I will remind myself that I am a worthless, terrible person. And nothing you say will make me believe I still deserve love. Because no matter what, I am not good enough to be loved. And I am in no position to believe that beauty does exist within me. Because whenever I look in the mirror, I always think, am I as ugly as people say? And then down to up, bottom to top. I always think, am I as ugly as people say? Because whenever I look in the mirror, beauty does exist within me. And I am in no position to believe that I am not good enough to be loved. Because no matter what, I still deserve love, and nothing you say will make me believe that I am a worthless, terrible person. So rest assured, I will remind myself there is beauty inside of me that matters, and I am not going to lie to myself by saying I hate myself in every single way, because at the end of the day, I am a very beautiful person. So don't try to convince me that I am very ugly. And then the next poem is called Loneliness by Shadow Poet. I am lonely. I cannot say that I have always been alone, although now I know fate meant for me to be this way. I have nobody. I would be wrong to say someone would care if I tried again to destroy myself. The effect would be massive, only if I was perfect. It's untrue that I could have worth, even if I tried. I am less than beautiful. Nobody can convince me that I am right where I'm meant to be. And then from bottom to top. I am right where I'm meant to be. Nobody can convince me that I am less than beautiful, even if I tried. It's untrue that I could have worth, only if I was perfect. The effect would be massive if I tried again to destroy myself. Someone would care. I would be wrong to say I have nobody. Fate meant for me to be this way. Now I know, although I have always been alone, I cannot say that I am lonely. And so my friends, that's it for another video. As I say, sadly I have not had time to try my hands at one of these poems, though they do look incredibly fun, if not incredibly difficult. But hopefully once everything calms down with the house and the Poetry Cove, I'll be able to get back to writing and experimenting again, and this will probably be one of the first poems I try. As always, please, if you liked this video or learnt something, enjoyed it, whatever, leave a like. It only takes a few seconds, and if you're new here, please do subscribe and turn on notifications. We talk about everything poetry related on this channel, and we have a good time doing it, so I'd be glad to welcome you to the channel. Also, please do leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Those three combined really does help grow the channel and support me, and we're flying now. We're getting so many new subscribers and so many likes and comments, and I'm really getting to know you guys, and I love it. So please do that if you can. Until next time, my friends, don't forget to get your merch from the links in the description down below, and I will see you next week. Peace out.